We're right in the middle of Taipei. This is a place that you have to come and visit when you get the opportunity to come to this amazing country. It's the Sha Lin Night Market. Now, there's two actual markets here. Behind me, it's amusements for the kids, clothes, fashion, accessories, etc. In front of me is the food. Now, no prize for guessing which direction I'm heading in first. These stalls mainly provide small foods, snack-sized portions that are cheap with an average cost of just $2 Australian. And there's some real taste sensations on offer here. Taiwanese barbecued pork sausage with black pepper is served hot with fresh garlic. These skewers are loaded up with a part of the chicken that we know of as the parson's nose. Eating these is said to make women more beautiful. Squid soup is a tasty dish consisting of cuttlefish and squid with bamboo shoots. It's served in a small bowl with a spoon. Now, there's two specialities that you can pick up at this stall. First of all is an oyster omelette. Now, I've heard a lot about this one and I'm dying to taste it. It's actually a batter that goes on first with the oysters, and they're fried up, so they're well cooked. Then the egg yolk goes on, and away it goes. And it's actually served with some lovely green fresh vegetables. Now, this is a dish that's very, very famous throughout the market. Another one that's a real standout is this. It's actually a pork soup, but it's got 10 medicinal herbs and spices in it. Now, it's very good for you. In fact, it's said that when you eat this, you really feel good. So we're going to give that a try as well. With a dose of medicine deliciously delivered via the pork spare rib soup, my spirits are lifted and I'm ready to tackle a form of shopping that I tend to shy away from back home. You're in for a fun, if noisy, shopping experience in this market. Now, there's two sorts of sellers here. The shops, they're more permanent, and then the vendors. Now, the shops have got the higher quality materials as a rule, and the prices are a bit higher as well. But these guys operate outside the law. In fact, they can be moved on at any moment by the police. And that's just what we've witnessed. The streets were cleared only 5 minutes ago. These are the guys that you talk to for the real bargains. And don't be afraid to negotiate on anything that moves. Well, there you have it, a terrific market experience right in the centre of Taipei.
Now, whilst Neville might be off enjoying Taipei's cuisine, for me, it's Taipei's culture, and I'm all dressed for it. You see, there's no more cultural experience than going to the Chinese opera. So for me tonight, it's Taipei Eye.
The opera is a classical Chinese performance that celebrates the heritage of the Aboriginal people from Taiwan and tells stories relating to the incredible history of Taiwan. It's influenced from Japanese, American and Chinese culture as well as traditional Chinese opera, and this includes the famous Peking opera. There is also the Chinese puppets, an art form that is mesmerising and fascinating.
Now here we are, front and centre, right on stage for the practice session for Taipei Eye. Now, a bit later on, Utan here, who's a fighting woman, is going to play several roles, including a celestial fish fairy as part of the 8 Celestials crossing the sea, a story, well, it's steeped in Chinese history, and it's one of the many very, very colourful roles that are played tonight here. Now, it's a really fascinating exercise. You can already see, with the amount of energy and effort that goes into this, it's going to be spectacular.
Now, before an actor takes to the stage in Chinese opera, a complete transformation needs to take place in the makeup chair. And this is done in front of the visitors. And never one to shy away from a little theatre myself, I thought I'd join the troupe and have a shot at Chinese theatre. The makeup's at least 10 millimetres thick, and I'm never going to get this stuff off. Still, it didn't take long, and I was one of the crew playing my part. Actually, I was kept well away from the stage, which was probably just as well, because I was starting to scare small children and even adults. Now, the performance itself is an amazing experience, which is incredibly colourful and at times intriguing. The story is explained in an English brochure, which makes following the scenes a little bit easier.
Now, if you're wondering about my makeup, well, believe it or not, I am the Monkey King. Now, the story of the Monkey King and Master Seng Chow goes back, well, 1100 years ago. You see,
The Monkey King was a disciple of the master, and together they travelled to the west to bring Buddha's Bible back to China. Now the stories that go with that, the legends, well, they are all part of the plays. And, well, it's all part of the magic of the Chinese opera.
Now, when you think Taiwan, you think of the country's enormous success at exporting their consumer goods across the globe. I mean, how many times have you read the Made in Taiwan label? But the other thing the country's famous for are the incredible orchids. And this is the Taiwan International Orchid Show. This annual orchid extravaganza is held in Tainan, a county in the south of Taiwan that is recognised as the centre of the country's orchid-growing industry.
The visitors, they come here, they can see over 200,000 orchids here in the international show. Every year, the winner, the champion of the orchid competitor, always can earn many large orders. So every orchid garden, they're very interested to join this international show.
And that means the growers bring only their best orchids for display at the show. And for the thousands of visitors, this is a great opportunity to be the first to see the latest breeds of these stunning flowers. It's like I've died and gone to orchid heaven. It's all too much. Whew. I'm going to have to take a break for a minute to compose myself, but later in the show I'll be bringing you more from the Taiwan International Orchid Show. Don't go away.